Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Yay, it's here. It's here. For a lot of school kids across Arkansas, they got their week out of the way, their first week. Good for them. It's kind of my kids' second week, kind of. They started halfway through last week. You guys ready? I got a new look for you. You guys are used to one look. I've got a new look for you. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the Big Trail Network YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. Hope your week was cooler than mine. Our air conditioning went out yesterday. We had to sleep in an 82 degree home. That sucked. Looking snazzy. I know. Thanks, man. Spawn Quest Gaming. I appreciate that. There's a lot to unpack with fall camp this week. I wanted to talk about, I really was going to headline this thing, Traylon Smith, WTH. What's going on with Traylon? We still don't really know. Do me a favor if you guys would. We have an idea. I know we have an idea. We'll get to that in a second. Sounds like we could have him back too sooner than later, possibly tomorrow. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all the links provided for you down below in the description box. If you guys are curious about joining the PTN Patreon, look, I'm going full time here. Okay, we're doing the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday thing, 11 to 12, starting on August 30th. I need your support. I'm not going to lie to you. I need your support. So if you're curious about the PT and Patreon, it's a minimum of $4. I can't say dollars, and I don't know that. I'll just say $4. It's $4 a month. Minimum $4 a month goes towards helping out the channel. Kind of, it helps get the ball rolling here. Hang on. We got to get the retweet out from the official PTN Twitter. Let's get that out going. There we go. We get the retweet going on there. Okay. Give you guys just a second. It's Super Chat is also activated. Super Chat is on. So for those of you who want to ask your questions and you want to be first in line, that's how you do it. I know sometimes I skip questions because, chat gets sometimes it can get a little wild. Especially when we get to closer and closer into the season. How excited are you guys? Next week is going to be the final week before it's pre-Rice week, right? It's pre-week 1 week. That's a big deal because that means you've got 1 week to get your shit together. That's what it is. That's why I put up or shut up in the title. They've got scrimmage number 2 tomorrow. I think it's at 12:45. Don't quote me on that. We know they're a little banged up in certain spots. We know there's some stuff going on. And again, we're going to get to that. We've had some position changes through fall camp. Last week is your last week before fall camp is over with, right? So again, it's put up or shut up. Kendall Briles more or less said today that it's just bowdy between QB1 and QB2. QB3 they're still going to work with, obviously, but it's all about QB1 and QB2. I'm obviously kind of paraphrasing there. I'm not quoting him directly. Never fails. Like I get no text messages until I go live, and then all of a sudden everyone texts me and DMs me and whatnot. So next week's it. Also, we started it's just me. I started a new Discord page on the PTN. So you got PTN as the server. For those of you who aren't familiar with Discord, Big Trail Network has its own server on Discord. And then you have I just call them pages, separate pages you can click into, right? You got the rules is rules page. John Hawes, I'm looking at you. I've had to change and alter that rule list because of John Hawes, Mr. Hawes. Then you have the trail, which is basically the main chat. We started a new page. I keep saying we. Shut up. It's the Razorback rumors and updates page. It goes back to started it on Tuesday, and it's just going over what we're hearing about camp each day. And essentially, that's what we're going to be talking about here with some other stuff too as well, kind of added in, with my own little flavor. Do me a favor again, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Share this with some friends. I'm headed into uncharted waters. And, it sure feels good when you've got some new peeps rolling in through your chat, new subscribers. It has grown. Especially over the last couple of months, I've seen some pretty good growth here on the channel. We're adding people. Not every day. It varies. It slows down. And YouTube has a habit of not even giving you the full subscriber count, which is also weird. It only gives you like a rounded up version, which is strange to display to the public. Same thing goes with views on videos. Takes it like 12 or 20 hours to get caught up. It's really strange how Google operates. Do me a favor, subscribe, share the content. Hey, you got friends. I ran into a guy a little while back. He said he shares my videos with all of his friends and family. Do that. Copy and paste. Say, hey, this guy's doing his thing August 30th, 11 to 12, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And he has awesome post-game shows. So, all right. Chat is already rocking and rolling. Tim B, how you doing, man? Your helmet's looking good back there, sir. Your helmet's looking mighty fine. This will also be a short show. We're only going to go for 30 minutes. Actually, we've got about 20 minutes. So 5 p.m., I'm going to have to shut her down because I got to go. I'm going to help a buddy move. So I'm cutting my show short just for him so I can go help my boy move. I'm going to go pick another mutual friend of ours up. Probably going to drink. I don't know. I hope we at least have some beers and get the job done. Yo, Ty, subscribe this month. I appreciate that. The Hog President 1991. Appreciate that. So, again, share the content. That matters. That's where it's at, man. When you share and tell your friends and family, hey, you need to sub to the guy. You need to sub to him. Trey Biddy does great work. He's no doubt. I watch Trey Biddy videos. The odds of him catching any of my content, probably on a scale of 1 to not likely, probably very not likely, but I do watch Trey. And I get it. He does great work. But there's also some other guy out here, this fat guy who used to have all this hair. He's also doing his thing, doing an okay job. Not as good as Trey. I'm not going to lie about it. Trey does good stuff. I have an air conditioning business in Arizona. I would have loved to come fix yours, but the bill might have been a little high with the travel time. Right? Yeah, I'm sure that would be a pretty penny. Not a sponsor. Who did I call out here? Bud Anderson. Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling. They did a great job. Hey, Ty, it's my birthday. Jacob, happy birthday, man. 18. Congratulations. Happy birthday. That's cool. Also, I'm going to do this again at the end of the show, but a shout out to the current Patreon supporters. There you are, the month of July. I'm not going to go down. Sometimes I do. I'm not going to do it right now, but you see the names. There they are. Shout out to the Patreon supporters. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Let's get it going. This week's been crazy because we've had all kinds of rumors, and I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface, and we're probably going to miss a lot. I know I'm going to have someone come through later, or they're going to hit me up in DMs and be like, hey, why didn't you talk about blah. It's like, dude, there was so much to cover, and I had like 30 minutes to get it done. And there was a lot to discuss that wasn't even football at the beginning of this, So, we have, if Traylon Smith is out, I think I have to rethink my life. I can't take this crap anymore, says Mr. Bloodline. What's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Mark Douglas, 82 degrees isn't so bad. It's lack of air con removing humidity. Correct, yeah, right. That makes it nasty to sleep in comfort. Yeah, we had fans on us. I'm very hot-natured. I do not like. I worked out in the heat. I cut down trees, clearing power lines. Years ago, I pushed carts. I worked in a tire shop. I've worked outside plenty of time doing that, especially when I was in my 20s, my teenage years and 20s. But, yeah, I don't want that in my home, I said that to a friend of mine. They're like, oh, you're such a wimp. You couldn't handle working outside. Like, bro, I worked for West Tree Service cutting down trees here in Fayetteville one summer. Like, what are you talking about? I can work in this heat. All right, so this week again been crazy. Monday started off. John Stephen Jones was running with the threes, and I'll kind of start there for just a second. John Stephen looks like there's this battle. It's a battle between multiple quarterbacks with John Stephen Jones. Lucas Coley apparently ran with the threes. I think that was today. Obviously, we know they moved Landon Rogers. I haven't had a chance to tell people who told me I was wrong, I told you so. Landon Rogers, I'm going to toot my own horn here, was moved to tight end. Big quarterback out of Little Rock. I said it last year. Someone was like, you're wrong. You haven't seen him play or whatever. You haven't seen his latest highlight film. Look, nothing against the guy. No doubt he's anyone that big and can move like Landon Rogers can. That's impressive. But I've said for a while, he reminds me a lot of A.J. Derby. Similar in size, physicality, and what he can do, what his skill set is. I think he could end up being I think he could be serviceable at tight end. You have no way of knowing, right? We had no idea knowing that A.J. Derby would turn out to be a pretty decent tight end. Good enough that NFL teams took a shot at him. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here with Landon Rogers, but it also tells you kind of how desperate they are there. Now, Landon Rogers, I think Kendall Briles said that Landon went to them. Now, I don't doubt that for a second because Landon wants to be on the field, man. He's a gamer. He wants to be out and he wants to play. And that looks like his quickest path. He's got this. I think he has the skill set. It might take him a couple of years. I don't know that when you look at the future of what's going on at quarterback, I think the odds are stacked against him as far as, down the road ever making the field here at Arkansas or any Power 5, Power 4. Let's be real. There is no Power 5. Big 12 sucks. It's not going to exist much longer. But in the Power 4 conferences, I don't think he's that caliber quarterback. He could develop into a tight end of that quality, though, and maybe that's what happens here. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall. I don't know. But good for him wanting to step up for his team. He realizes there's a weakness there, that they're thin. A lot of question marks around tight end. And Landon Rogers goes and works with the tight end. I said that a year ago. Said he's got tight end written all over him. I've seen the film of him running around with the ball in his hands. I know what he can do. I know what he's capable. I know what he's capable of. I don't know if he can catch a damn thing. I don't know if he can block. Those are things we don't know. That's why I say it might take him a couple of years still. But man, he looks. You remember Blaine Toll coming out of high school? How he looked like a 25-year-old man. Like someone who definitely doesn't miss upper body day or lower body day. That's kind of. I'm not saying he's that level of muscular, but he looks like a man. He doesn't look like he's 18 years old. He looks like he's in his early 20s. We'll see what he does. We'll see what happens with with him moving to tight end. I know that Dominic Johnson was moved there, and then Traylon Smith disappeared right before this first scrimmage. By the way, I was out of town. I've been playing catch-up ever since. I was in Marshall, Arkansas, floating the Buffalo River over the weekend. And so I was kind of playing catch-up. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Traylon. But Dominic Johnson, then I think as of Monday maybe, they moved, or maybe it was Tuesday, they moved him back to running back. So he's getting more reps in. There were some other guys. How about a name we haven't heard in a little bit? Hang on. I had the list here pulled up. Hunt. You guys remember Javion Hunt? Javion Hunt was getting reps at running back. Remember him? And he's young. Right? He's got plenty of time. Maybe he'll see the field this year, and it's certainly possible if Traylon Smith can't stay healthy. So Traylon Smith has been missing. Rumor today was turf toe. I saw that. I got a buddy of mine had told me that earlier today, that the belief was it was turf toe. Now, for any Razorback fan that followed Darren McFadden into the NFL knows that turf toe was one of the things that some believe held him back in the NFL. I would argue going to Oakland was probably really where it started to go wrong for Darren McFadden. Had one really good year for Dallas, and other than that, he had some pretty good years there early on in Oakland, but nothing like mind-blowing. Some would argue that turf toe held him back, but we've also seen around college football in the NFL, some guys get turf toe and then they're back up and running full speed. sooner than later. Maybe that's what's going on here. So Traylon Smith, Dominic Johnson has moved back to running back, I guess, temporarily. Like I said, Hunt has been in the mix. I think he ran with the 2s and the 3s today. I don't know. And again, we hadn't heard from him. I mean, Dayton, going all the way back, I think, to Monday, we had not heard, or maybe it was Tuesday, of Traylon Smith being anywhere near the field, at least from the media's perspective. We got to remember the media only has 25 minutes of exposure. They get the first 25 minutes. So it's also entirely possible, as soon as the media disappeared, they trotted Traylon back out. I don't think that was the case, though, especially if it's turf toe and he's your starting back. You don't want to risk further injury. So a lot of stuff going on there. We also had the first – so Art Briles, you guys know, Kendall's dad, former head coach at Baylor, recently – cleared from the NCAA of any wrongdoing. That doesn't necessarily mean that some things happened on his watch that maybe he should be held accountable for. Doesn't mean those things are vacated. I guess you could argue from a moral standpoint. He was on campus Tuesday, and I think he was here – I want to say he was here for a day. I want to say back in the spring. Maybe I'm wrong. But Art Briles was back, and I think he was – maybe he was only here for a day. I'm not entirely sure. I know everyone has their own opinion on Art. Some friends of mine who I'm a little surprised, who I did not think they would be happy to hear about him being on campus, were stoked. And they're like, hey, if Kendall does leave after this year, let's hire Art as his replacement, as Kendall's replacement. Let's bring him on. And I don't know if Hunter Yurachek, I don't even want to go down this road right now because we're talking fall camp, but if he's on campus, Hunter Yurachek had to clear that on some level, right? Hunter Yurachek has to okay something like that, especially someone like Art freaking Briles with all that baggage that he brings with him. So clearly he was okay with it, and so was Sam Pittman. I mean, at the end of the day, we could sit here and talk about, well, Sam, maybe he's got this relationship with Sam Pittman. Who cares? It's all about Hunter Yurachek. Hunter Yurachek signs the checks. It's up to Hunter. And maybe even to go a step further, it might even be up to the board. Maybe they don't want the negative connotation of Art, someone like Art Briles being on campus. We're not that far removed from Bobby Petrino, so maybe they don't want that stain. But clearly no one cares right now for what status he is, which is kind of unknown. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's not officially on the staff. He's not a quality control guy, I don't think. So he's not getting paid. He's just there. Someone brought up, actually, Alex, my neighbor, brought up, maybe he's just tired of being cooped up back at the house. So he just wants to come, help out. And, they were like, yeah, whatever. Just don't cause a ruckus and you'll be fine. Maybe Alex is on to something. Maybe that's what was going on. So he was spotted. Also earlier in the week, Mizzou transfer Trey Williams, I guess in the scrimmage, had at least 2 sacks and at least another quarterback hurry. It's really difficult to know, it's hard to keep up with what actually happens, especially with quarterbacks like Malik Hornsby and KJ Jefferson when you talk about sacks or tackles for loss. Because dual threat guys, obviously they offer something a little bit different, and if they were 100% good to go for a full-on tackle scrimmage, would those plays have happened and would they have resulted in sacks because guys like KJ and Malik Hornsby have that escapability out of the pocket? But it sounds like Trey Williams, again, the Mizzou transfer, had a heck of an early on in the week practice, and he was running with the ones as of Tuesday, so that's good to hear. By the way, let me make sure. We're gonna get these invites out here really fast. Here we go. All right. If you guys are curious about kind of where I'm reading from, this is off of our Discord rumors page. There it is. If you guys want to join that, there's our Discord. And that rumor page is open to the public. Anybody can join our Discord, and I've got it laid out the last 4 days. And again, this isn't just stuff. Obviously, I'm not there. I'm not at practice. I'm not at camp. This is stuff that's just around the internet. And some of it is from people that I talk to. It's a little bit of both. And also what I'm reading from around the internet. And I'm just kind of bunching it on one page. I'm not going to throw a whole bunch of links on a page because, to be honest, You guys are grown-ups. You could find your own damn links. You can look up what you want. But what I'm doing is I'm scrunching it all down and using bullet points, to kind of itemize, not really itemize, but to give you a better, clear line of like what happened, right? Like a little bit easier access to what all's going on through fall camp. And these are just rumors. Not all these are verified. And they are, when I post them, they are subject to change. Like this one today, I guarantee you that I posted, I'm going to have to go back and probably kind of fix some stuff. But it's just there for you over the weekend to go back and, back on Monday, so-and-so was running with the ones. I did not do every day who ran with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. I didn't do that. I don't have all that information. But what I do have is there available, open to the public, and you can get there by clicking that link by joining the Discord. Okay, so Tuesday, again, John Stephen ran with the 3s. We have a competition going on. I know a lot of people are excited about the Ole Miss transfer. They believe he could end up taking over the 3 spot. Coley was listed with the 3s today, as a matter of fact. Then you fast forward to Wednesday. Again, no Traylon Smith. Ricky Stromberg returned to camp on Wednesday. That was a big deal. A.J. Green had disappeared. We know now, I think it was yesterday, he was back in a green jersey. And that's when we physically saw Rogers running with the tight end and running routes, and actually had been seen at that point. Oglesby on Wednesday was having some issues with his foot. This is not what we want to hear, guys. We don't want to sit here and talk about all these injuries going on with the running backs. Like, this is the last thing we want to hear. I think he's okay. I don't have an update on him at the moment. I'm sure it's out there somewhere if you look hard enough. I'm trying to fast forward to the good stuff. True freshman Jaden Johnson. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's a safety. He's rotated in a little bit with the 2s. That's pretty impressive. When you consider the experience you have, I know they're gonna have different packages where we probably see at least 3 safeties on the field. You got one group running the nickel, right? You're gonna have your 2 safeties. You could have Catalan, Fouché, and who's the other? I'm blanking here. You've got Slusher in that rotation. Peroti's in that rotation. By the way, Slusher also ran with the corners a little bit, I think, this week. I know they had talked about doing that. And I think over spring they had actually worked him in with the corners a little bit. So there's some stuff happening there with Miles Slusher in the secondary. He's athletic. What little bit we saw of him, it seemed like he was making plays. I have a feeling as long as he's at Arkansas, his future's really bright. I like the direction he's going. Also, Eric Gregory was working with the 3s on Thursday. That's not something I wanted to hear. Really had hoped Gregory had worked his way into the rotation with the 1s, but it sounds like he's working with the 3s. Zach Zymos, another safety, battled his way onto the 3 deep on Thursday. And again, we had whereabouts unknown on Traylon Smith. Fast forward to today. Where are we at on our time here? Okay, I've already – I need to hurry, don't I? I got like 5 minutes. Fast forward to today, you have sup, Ty, excited for the start of the season when you got your first – what you got – for the first play from the line of scrimmage. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not there yet. Maybe some little wheel route to Treylon Burks. I don't know. But you fast forward to today. We found out they weren't in full pads today. Traylon Smith should be good to go tomorrow. He's probably going to be limited. Again, Coley took reps with the 3 spot, replacing John Stephen today. Dorian Gerald has worked his way back up as a starter. At least he ran with the 1s. And then not true freshman, Florida State wide receiver transfer Warren Thompson has been fighting, quote-unquote, nagging injuries for most of fall camp. That's coming from Kendall Briles. He's getting healthier and he's getting better, and Kendall Briles says he notices it. Keep an eye on him. He's got a big body. Highly recruited out of high school when he committed to Florida State. Kendall very much familiar with Warren Thompson. That's someone to keep an eye on. He could be, who knows? We haven't really heard a lot from Knox so much this week. That doesn't mean it's all bad. Could be taking it easy on him this week. I think last I had seen he was considered one of the top 3, top 4 receivers. But Warren Thompson could be in that mix. Keep an eye on him. And then last but not least, Kendall Briles says right now, getting ready to play Rice, so the reps are where they're at. And hang on, there was something else. I didn't write it down, did I? But Kendall Briles, I think, from what I gather, here it is. We are right where we need to be. That's what Briles said. getting ready to enter into to their final week of fall camp. He says, we are right where we need to be. That's a big deal to hear him say that. Of course, Kendall hasn't talked a lot to the media. This is what I'm going to say before I hang it up here and go finish up making dinner for my kids and then go help a buddy of mine move his dadgum furniture. It is time to put up or shut up. This is it. It's time to put the working boots on, get to work, pedal to the metal. I don't know what else to tell these guys. You're looking at one final week to get it right. You've got your second and final scrimmage tomorrow at 12:45. I don't think the media is getting much access or any at all, as far as I know. I don't know if that's true or not. I know last scrimmage we didn't have any access from the sounds of it. So this is it, man. Light the fires, kick the tires. You're ready. You're getting into. You're coming out of fall camp next week. It's Rice prep week from that point on. KJ and Sam Pittman, we talked about how we've heard he had at least a day or two where it was like, yeah, he could have been better. Wasn't bad, but wasn't great. Could have been better. What I'd like to see and hear from Sam Pittman and KJ Jefferson both, assuming we get them both again, and I'm sure we will, talking to the media, I want to see a big smile on both their faces and saying we're ready. That's what I want out of Sam Pittman and KJ Jefferson. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. KJ's had plenty of time. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's been here for 3 years. He was a part of the offense a year ago. I'm not trying to say he should be great. I'm not trying to say he ought to be perfect. But no more excuses. I'd really like to hear them brag about all the great throws he made in this scrimmage. I know some of what we heard could be coach speak. I agree 110%. But I want to see Sam Pittman, when they ask him if, and I'm assuming God only knows what Bob Holt will ask Sam Pittman or any of those guys, but I want to hear them say or ask, assuming we get good audio from the University of Arkansas, by the way. That's been a problem. Have you guys noticed that? When you go back and you try to listen to the questions, you can't hear a damn thing they're saying. I don't know if I guess that's on the part of the University of Arkansas, not on the on these sites that are releasing this stuff. But I want someone to ask Sam or KJ, here you go. How'd you feel you did today? I want to see them crack a smile and say it was a good day. No more. The bad days have got to be put behind you. If you remember, and I always look back to Bobby Petrino, and I know he's kind of a hated figure at Arkansas for some fans. But he would say things like that to the media, like it's time to go. It's we got to get the other stuff behind us a little bit, and it's time to move on. It's time to get the bad days behind us and move forward and do what we need to do to win some games or to better prepare ourselves to be in a position to win games. And that's the point they need to be at. And this scrimmage is going to be this is it. This is the last semi-live action, right? The last time we're going to have guys go up against each other full speed before Rice. This is it. So that kind of puts a little bit of pressure on this scrimmage. You can't take everything from it. And you are going to get some coach speak, and I wouldn't look too heavily into what they say, but you can kind of read Sam Pittman's face and his mannerisms just a little bit, and you can tell when he cracks a smile and he kind of takes his time to answer a question. What he's about to say he means. So I want to hear, hey, today was great. KJ was great. He was on point. Made a couple of bad throws, but you know what? He recovered. He recovered and turned around and got us down the field and put up 6. That's what I would like to see happen. Mr. T-Dub says 40 watch and 15 likes and 1 dislike. There's always one out there. Nuke the like button. Yeah, do me a favor. Smash the like button. Smash. There's always 1 dislike. And, I think it's funny. It's probably, my guess, the same 2 or 3 people that just randomly come through my videos and dislike. I don't know. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It doesn't bother me at all. I have been asked that. Does it bother you that you ever get a dislike? Of course not. I've been doing this for years. It doesn't bother me. People are entitled to their opinion. Although, look, I'll say this much. My like to dislike ratio, your 1 little dislike doesn't mean shit. So I don't know, but I do appreciate you guys for slapping the like button. I've been hearing from some inside guys. Oh boy, Flying blind has some inside guys. That Warren Thompson has been showing out. Well, that's kind of been, yeah. Flying blind. He's kind of been out there a little bit. I know he's, like I said earlier in the show, he's been fighting some injuries throughout fall camp. One damn Mizzou fan. You never know. It could be anybody. If you don't get any dislikes, you're doing it wrong. That's exactly right. If you haven't made a few enemies along the way, I know I've got at least a few. They don't really come through anymore because one of them got completely torched on my live show. KJ doesn't have to be great. KJ doesn't have to be great to be great. Getting us out of bad plays to good plays will make him great, says James Arnold. Yeah, I think you're onto something there, James. I think what should attract fans to the idea of maybe KJ could be the guy for the job, or will be the guy for the job, or better for the job, however you want to put it, compared to Felipe. It's going to be his ability to extend plays. Felipe Franks, who I love the guy. I'm so grateful he was a Razorback. I wish him nothing but the best at the NFL level. But let's not sit here and pretend like, he wasn't responsible for like 20% of his sacks last year. His hesitation cost them yards. There's just no doubt about that. And I know I had some people in my comment section in a post game that disagreed with me or well, Tyler, he's got a bad leg. Well, that's my point. You're going from a guy who's not really I say that. He had a 50-yard run the other night. I know you guys saw that. Where was that last year, Felipe Franks? I'm just kidding. He did a good job last year, all things considered. But you're gonna go from Felipe, who is a little less mobile a lot less mobile compared to KJ, and that's the thing. He's gonna be able to extend these plays. He's not afraid to step up into the pocket and make a throw. He's capable of he's got a pretty decent deep ball. I like his deep ball. I want to see more of it. I wish we had more exposure to their scrimmages. I really wish. In a sense, we're going in with only the knowledge we have from what the coaches tell us through fall camp and what we saw in the red-white scrimmage. Felipe held onto the ball too long, but the line was okay, but should be better this year with the line. Yeah, Felipe did hold on to the ball, and he like I said, I think you could put 20, 30% of the sacks on him a year ago. At least around 20%. Falcons fans are excited about Felipe. I saw that. Yeah, Mike and Mary Helgert. I agree. KJ, Mr. Bloodline says KJ can be great if and only if defenses fear his running game, and KJ can get us the much-needed third down in short yards. There can be no fourth downs. I'm going to say this year it's important that if you go into a third down scenario, that you're not going into a third down and 9. 3rd and 10, you want to be not just ahead of the sticks, you want to be close to the first down markers humanly possible. Now, last year that was a problem, even on 3rd and short. They still struggled, and I know they've worked on that a lot this offseason. That's been something they've worked on quite a bit. All right, I think we covered it all. If you guys have any questions, at all, hey, I'll be back next week. Again, August 30th, we're starting. This thing is going. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 11 a.m. Who do you think our third tight end is going to be? What's that kid's name? Bax or B-A-X? Is that his name? He's a walk-on. I don't know a ton about him. I don't think it's going to end up being one of these guys that just moved there. Obviously not Levi Draper. I just don't see Dominic Johnson. Dominic's been working back with the running backs again. The quarterback just moved there, so clearly he's not going to be it. You have Colin Sutherland, who's a redshirt freshman, who could make his way in, but we've not heard anything. Is it Nathan Bax? Was that his name? He's a walk-on. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. It's imperative that they figure out who that 3 spot's going to be. Sorry, I haven't focused on tight ends other than the guys that have transferred there. Obviously Hudson Henry and Blake Kern should be your 1 and 2 guys, but we know Hudson Henry's got some durability issues. They're going to need that third tight end to step up. But this week I haven't really been focused on tight ends again, other than the guys moving to the position. Yeah, Nathan Bax. That's it, Nathan Bax. Okay. All right. Good show as usual. I appreciate that, James. Again, do me a favor. Like the live stream. Share the content. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. And if you want to join this right here, the PTN Patreon, I would much appreciate it. All right? I'm about to pull it up here, but I'm going to say sayonara, woo pig. I'll see you guys again next week, more than likely on Friday. But that's going to be our last one show a week. That's it. Because after that, we're going to 3 shows a week. I'm excited about that. So woo pig. And I will see you more than likely on Friday, unless we have some huge breaking news. Woo pig, and I'll see you guys later.